Hello, 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 hello. How are you? This is Els coming to you from Bemis Crafty Corner. And I got a project today. So, I was doing some die cuts of this die for a customer. And, they look like this. And you fold them in half and you put something in there and you make your own little faux vintage slides. Well, see that right there? I cut a bunch of these things, and I had a stack of them like this. So I did what I always do. I don't want to get rid of them because for some reason I'm oddly drawn to them. But I didn't know what to do with them. So I do what I always do when I have these little pieces like this. I stacked them up, wrapped a rubber band around them, and I got out my little box of stuff, and I went to toss these in. And it dawned on me, I have a lot of these. A lot. I have an ungodly amount of these little bits and pieces and parts and stuff. And I said, self, what can you do with this? And I answered myself. I said, there's only one thing you can do with this. And I did it. I started looking through the box. I found a bag that had some gourd pins in it that was given to me many, many months ago. And I said, well, you got gourd pins. You get all these little bits and pieces. You have a box full of tiny pieces. You have this little stack of, not really, these ones here are not really seed beads. These are, when you buy a string of beads, they have that little bead at the end. That's what these are. I collect them. I don't know why, but I put them in this little pot and I use them for stuff. And, well, they work on the seed bead, on the little gourd pins. So I decided to take these little shapes, poke a hole in them, put a eyelet in there, and start decorating them. And this is what I came up with. So this is what our project is today. We're going to do this, okay? So big list of supplies on this one. So we'll skip all the standards, okay? You're going to need to have adhesive. You're going to need to have ink and all that stuff. So we're just going to talk about the other things that you are probably going to want or that you can use. And I will be right back with that list. Hold on. The list for this one. Everything. Okay, so you're going to want to find those little shapes that you have, obviously. Some eyelets and an eyelet plier. I do have the Crapodile, with those, but I like these better because they have a two-piece on them so that it's better. You'll see. Your box of little bits and pieces. Very important here. Some bulb pins. Like I said, somebody sent me some. I used some of them, but I do have some colored ones, and I thought that would be kind of cool, if I use some colored ones. So I have some colored gourd pins. This is my little box of words. I have all kinds of words in here. Basically, I just printed out a sheet of words in different fonts, and then I sat here one day like a maniac and cut them all down. So, I have like wonder, enjoy, dream, truth, believe, faith, journey, grow, love, celebrate, renew, joy, family, hope, just inspirational words. What is this one? Peace, strength, wonder. You get it, right? So I have a box of words, and they're little words. So basically, I got everything out that was little. And then, your little ephemera pieces. And I've got, I got those little snippet one things from, and I've got a bunch of other little pieces. I got like little stickers and little pieces that I wouldn't use on anything else. Like I have little ladybugs and stuff. So that's kind of the supply list. Everything. Okay? Everything. If you don't have eyelets and an eyelet plier, you can certainly use reinforcers, or you can, poke the hole and, do a circle around, whatever. Okay? Something to do some gluing on. And here's a weird one. I'm going to use glue stick for this. So I'm going to kind of move some stuff because we need to make the tag bases before we can do anything else. So I'm going to move everything out of the way, and except for, these and this. I'm going to pull some clamps out because I want to use some clamps. If you don't have clamps, that's fine. Use some paper clips. Use clothespins, binder clips, whatever you have. And let's see. We're going to get started on this. So I'm going to get rid of all of this stuff, and we're going to concentrate on that for the next couple of minutes. I'll be right back. All right, so this is the point where those clips are going to come in handy, okay? So I'm just going to grab a couple and bring them over here. And like I said, you can use paper clips for this part, okay? So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have two of the same shape. You can use any adhesive you want. I'm just using glue stick on this because I just want to hold it together, So glue, and it also lets me move it around a little bit, okay? So that I can line it up just the way I want. And then I can put a paper clip or a clamp on it or whatever to hold it together and move on to the next one. So let's do some of these. What do we got? I'm not too interested in the colored ones, but white, black, chipboard, those ones I'm interested in. Okay. Glue. Okay, now I'm going to do about a dozen of these, and then I'm going to let them dry, and then I'll be back to show you the next part, okay? So I'll be back in just a few minutes. So now that these are all glued up and dried, we'll go ahead and take the clamps off of them, and then we'll go and get the next part of this started. And the next part is pretty simple. Just move this out of the way. So the next part is, deciding where the hole's going to go. Now, like I said, I'm not really big on the color, but I put just a plain one on the back of this, and I kind of like the way it looks, so I'm okay with that one. But I kind of want to, I tend to stick to the neutrals. They're easier to work with. Alright, so the next part of this is going to be poking some holes and putting in some eyelets or reinforcers. So pretty easy peasy. You're just going to figure out where the hole should go. If it should go center top, then put it center top. Wherever you feel that it belongs. Now see, this one come loose. Just go in there and add some more glue and stick it back down. Put some clamps on that to hold it. So wherever you feel the hole should be, you poke a hole in there. Hey man, you never get stuck. What's going on? Now this little guy over here, I think this should go over here. This one I think should go in the corner as well. I like the corner on this one. This one's going to get a corner. There we go. That one. And this one. And then we'll take care of this one. We'll do this one in the middle just because. Alright. What a mess. Alright, so now we'll put some eyelets in here. Let me get a few of these out. And the reason I like these is because they have a back piece to them that you can use, which I just think makes it look a little more finished. So, my carpal tunnel fingers are going to try and get these on here. Yes. And then give it a squeeze, and you can see it just has a more finished back on it. Put it up here so you can see that. And that's why I like it, because it just has a more finished back. So, you know, I'm going to put eyelets on all of these. Like I said, my little carpal tunnel fingers here trying to get these through the hole. My hands have betrayed me. They do not like me anymore. There we go. Put that there. So I'm going to go ahead and put all of these on, and then I'll come back and we'll start, you know, doing some decorating. I'll be right back. So here they all are, and at this point, you know, it's time to start deciding what I'm going to do with them. So I've put eyelets on all of them, and you know, I can ink these up at this point if I want to, or I can wait and ink them, you know, with a color that's appropriate. But I think for, you know, for this, we're just gonna work with the old black and vintage photo. You know, we'll do that because that will pretty much blend with anything. So I'm gonna get these all inked up, and we will start to decorate. So what are we gonna decorate with? Well, I got everything out here but the kitchen sink. No, it's not entirely true. I have the kitchen sink too. So what I did is I went through my big box of bits and pieces and, you know, decorating stuff. I went through that and came up with some things that I think we could use to do this. So let's take a look at what I have, and we'll see where we're going to go. Okay? So I pulled out these. These are the snippet pieces. This one's Field Notes, and this one is, I don't know. I have no idea. Doesn't say. It's like just ephemera. kind of everything. I have my metal pieces because there are some little pieces in here. You know, there's some little pieces in here. So I thought there might be something in here we could use, you know, and if there's something that I like, but it's too big, you know, like something like this, I can just cut that down. So I got out my metal pieces. And I went through my box, and this is kind of an assortment of things that I pulled out of my box. And I got all kinds of stuff in here. And I went through my flower bin, obviously. And I also pulled these out. These are tiny little enamel pieces. Little flowers. They're cute little flowers. And little leaves. And these are butterflies and dragonflies. And of course, my little bits box. And let's see, what else did we pull? Oh, we pulled these. These are little punch cuts of cats. Well, come on. We got to do at least one for Harry, right? Actually, I have this little black one here, and I put an orange thing on it. And I didn't realize it until after I did it. So I'm thinking we might do like a Halloween one. Who knows? So I'm going to go ahead and get these inked up either in black or, you know, vintage photo, one or the other. And then I'll be back and we'll get started putting some pieces on and seeing where this goes. Be right back. Alright, so these are all inked up. And now it's just a matter of, you know, deciding what we're going to do with them. So I just like to lay them out. Kind of face up. You should ink both sides, because, you know, eventually both sides are going to show. So if you haven't done that, go do that. But I'm going to go ahead and just kind of put these, you know, face up so I can see them. And then I'm just going to start kind of dropping things on them and seeing, you know, what works and what doesn't. Let's see. right, so, some of them I said, no. Some of them were epic fail. Some I don't have the stuffer out for that. And, some of the stuff that I thought about using didn't really mix with what I did use. So, I have a few here that I finished, and I'm going to clear everything up. We're going to come back. We're going to start, we'll take a look at them. We're going to put some bulb pins on them and see what they look like. I'll be right back. Okay, so we have all of these. And this one I kind of already put the bulb pin on because it's part of the, the decor. But we're going to do bulb pins on the rest of these. And if you have a set of bulb pins like this, and they're all over the place, this is a trick that you can do. This is just a piece of craft felt foam. And just cut it 1 or 2 thicknesses, whether you get the thin stuff or the thin stuff. If you cut it and put it on the top here, and then you close your box, they don't bounce around as much. So if you're tired of picking out, your purple ones from your yellow ones, that's a good way of making sure that doesn't happen anymore. All right, so at this point, I am going to put some bulb pins on these. And, if you want, you can add, little beads and stuff to that. I've got a whole video coming out on how to do that. And, so let's take a look. So this is the first one. And I just put these little flowers on here and then added a key to it. I was like, that's it. It's done. I'm happy with that. So I put that to the side. Then there was this one. And this had this really ugly center on it. So I pulled that off and I put this little glass cabochon on, added a little bee to it, and a little bit of bright blingy background. And it's just cute. You can see that little gardening journal. It look cute. All right, what else? And then we had this one. And this one, we used a little brass metal piece here and just some, this is called netting, but I don't know. Some people call it netting, other people say it's tulle. And then I just added a little flower here and just, a cute little thing. And then this one has some black lace and a little piece of rhinestone bling, and then this little pearl button cover that had bling around it. And I think we're going to do this one with a silver pin. And I have to tell you, the pin is, just as much a decoration as everything else that you put on here. If you put a blue pin on something that's black, it's going to draw that it's blue. And it becomes very, very obvious. So this one has a lot of silver on it and stuff, so I'm going to add the silver there. And then there's this one, very simple. I haven't added anything else to it. I haven't put any words on it or anything else. It's just basic, okay? I want to show off the brass, so we will use a brass one, an antique brass. And then there's this little one here that just put an applique, and that's actually a brad, and I just cut the backs off of those because, I don't like. Sometimes I like the brad, but I don't like, the rest of it. So I'm going to put a white bulb on this one. And then I have this one here with just a little piece of paper in the back here. I don't know what that is. Some kind of a paid out thing. I replaced the center of this little flower because those are little beads all the time. So I replaced it with this little AB, it's called an AB moonstone. And just a little snip of lace there. And I'm going to put a red bulb pin on this one. And now they all have pins. Okay, so let's take a look. So these are the ones that I did originally. And all of these I did add beads to, and I didn't add beads to those. But that's because I want to keep them, I want to be able to put beads on them that match, you know, what they're going into. So we have all of these, and all of these. And now I have all of these that I can put on journals. That's it. That's all I have for you. Listen, if you're new here and you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that button for me and subscribe. Like me, ring my bell. Share me with all your friends. And then your friends can be my friends. My friends can be your friends. And our friends can get to be friends. And before you know it, we have a giant crafting community. I go live on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays at 10 a.m. That's 11, 12, 1 across the country, 8 o'clock over in Hawaii. And I post videos on Mondays and Wednesdays. I'm currently running Saturday classes completely free. It's a video release first thing in the morning, and then I go live that afternoon to talk about what was in the video and kind of walk you through the steps. And I am also doing a 12 of 22 challenge. That is 12 journals in the year of 2022. One journal per month, and only one journal per month, on a different topic, theme, or style. And let's see, no smaller than 4x6, no larger than 6x9, no less than 3 signature pages, no more than 7. And you can decorate it and do whatever you want with it, however you want, as long as it fits the theme, style, or, you know, the monthly thing. I give you the topic on the 1st of the month, and it is due by the 3rd of the following month. And to turn it in, all you have to do is submit pictures either to my Facebook group, there's a link in the description below, or email it directly to me and I'll do it for you. Again, link in the description below. Until the next time, stay safe. Bye-bye.